Yeah, I got offended. I was like, "What the?" He really did like punch that in me, like, and say, like, "Look, you've got your whole life to do this. This is the heart of why I'm doing this." Well, hi guys, and welcome back to the Ricky2ra podcast episode. That's right, episode 50. We made it. Like, I got clap, man. Like, we did it. Like, I can't believe it. Like, I haven't even brought out my notes actually for this episode. 2 seconds. I don't even know what I've done with it. There we go. I was very unprepared then for a second, wasn't I? But yeah, thank you for listening to me every single week. I know, like, I've been pretty consistent on all the podcast platforms. On YouTube, just recently, I've been a bit odd on my upload dates, but I've never missed a Wednesday. I've always recorded and uploaded to, like, Spotify, Apple, or wherever you're listening to. So I just want to thank you all because, I do go and look at the data now and again, and, I get a few listens here and there, maybe 2, 3, but look, I'm just happy. Like, I love doing stuff like this, and this was completely new to me last year in 2020, because I've nearly been doing this a year now. It's definitely been just over 11 months, so I'm very grateful for each and every one of you for listening to me. Or if you've just come across this episode right now and you haven't listened to me for a long time, well, I'm still grateful that you've clicked on this to listen to it as well. So yeah, let's not talk about me for a second. Let's talk about you guys. I hope you guys are keeping safe. I know I say that every episode, but it's very it's key to the world that we're living in at the moment. So I hope you guys are doing all right. I hope you take this time to reflect on the year, because yes, it's been a year since this whole world has changed. If you guys want to know more about that, I did it in episode 49 where I talked about March 2020, especially for myself there, so I'm not doing that today. Before I do tell you what I'm going to go and talk about today, because I'm very, very excited about this, I want to do a Weatherman Rick special, 50th special. It's getting sunny out here today in Leeds, right, in the UK. The birds are singing, they're rapping, they're trapping. Yeah, it's nice outside. There's like clear clouds out there, and it's a clear blue sky where I am. But yeah, I hope it's a good day today. We definitely need the sun back in the UK now, and have a good summer. And hopefully the Euro football's gonna start, because I was getting gas last year for the Euros to start, but obviously it got cancelled. So this year I'm getting gassed for that. All I need now is the warm weather. You know what I mean? Maybe a nice drink here and there, and jobs are good one. But yeah, that's a Weatherman Rick with a bit of added spice, as Chris Eubank would say. So yeah, let me tell you guys what I'm going to talk about today. Yeah, this is going to be a different type of episode. I'm not actually going to talk about anything else other than this one thing. I may change it. I may talk about some other things after, but I do want to talk about this. And I've said it now and again in previous podcast episodes. I wish I could tell you which ones, but I've just briefly mentioned it. And I said that I'm going to talk about it for an episode. So yeah, this 50th episode that I'm talking about, it's nothing to do with me. Well, it is, but not like directly at me. It's how it's helped me. So yeah, I'm just going to take it away. This episode is Gary Vaynerchuk. And I know what you guys are thinking. Rick, come on, bro. Is that your 50th episode? wait till I get and tell you about this, because I haven't talked about this. This is new. Okay, like, you haven't heard this. This is like a first, and this is why I wanted to leave it for the 50th episode. All right. So Gary Vaynerchuk. Okay, I'm not gonna. Okay, well, I'll talk a little bit about him. He's an entrepreneur. He's worked in his family business. He's got his own businesses, and he's a well-known guy. Okay. It's not really my, like, I'm not really best at explaining stuff, like I've said on this podcast. But if you guys are interested in him, definitely looking up Gary Vaynerchuk. Can't miss him. He's everywhere. I'm gonna tell you a few things. How I got to know the guy, like, online. No, I haven't talked to him directly. How he motivated me. How he helped me to create content. And why I connect with him. Because, like I said before, this is like the heart of everything that I've done in the past year. Yes, that's right. You've heard it right. This topic is the heart of why I've done everything this year, and you can say it in January and February of 2020 as well. I mainly started after March, probably about when this podcast started. I started really getting there with the content that I'm producing now. So yeah, I'm gonna take it away really. So how did I come across Gary Vaynerchuk? And it's going to start off a little bit slow. It's going to start off a little bit slow, but you guys will get to know eventually as I go on, like, why it is the heart of this. Okay, so I'm going to take you guys back to 2017, okay? I better have a sip of my coffee for this. Okay, so I'm taking you guys back to 17, specifically May 2017. I think I was sat right here actually in this chair. I think what was I doing in 2017? I don't even know. But anyway, I was on my computer. It must have been editing or watching YouTube or something like that. And I was just browsing on my phone as well. And you know, when you browse on Facebook and stuff, and like you come across videos, and there's some like motivational like compilation clips and stuff. I came across this guy, and it was so funny because he was saying something, and I don't know the exact sentence, but he was saying, if you want like bling bling, like, you've got to put in the work. And I looked at it and I got offended. I was like, what the I was like, what? And he was like, if you want to get like somewhere in life, you know, and you want this, stop watching effing Lost. And I was like, it hit me. I was like, what is this guy talking about, man? I got easily offended by that because I was watching like 3 to 4 TV shows at the time. I was watching like Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow. I had a whole list of TV shows, what season I was on and stuff like that back then. So I got easily offended by this guy, and I was like, yo, what is this guy? Why is he doing this to me? So then I went on his YouTube channel, because on the Facebook page, I believe, I only remember it very briefly watching his video. I don't know how I got onto his YouTube page, but I think on the Facebook video that I was watching, it said his art under it or something like that. So I went to his YouTube first, and he had a load of, like, this guy was documenting his whole life. I'd never seen anything like it from one person. This guy was, and this was like 2017 Gary V. We're in 2021 now, and Gary V's just exploded over the years. But this was 2017, where Gary V was big, but not as big as he is now. Like, I believe when I started following him on Instagram, it tells you who else follows him, and nobody hardly. I could be making this up because I don't remember the exact number. I swear only like maybe 2 or 3 of people that I followed him. And I think it was like celebrity accounts anyway. So not like friends or anyone, like even in the magic industry that I seen on the followed bit under his Instagram profile really followed him. And I don't think he may have had 1 million followers then on Instagram. I can't remember, it was that long ago. But anyway, yeah, so I went onto his YouTube channel and I just started binging his vlogs, his daily vlogs. And he was talking some real stuff, man. And this leads me now from how it started to how that went in and motivated me. Because he really was talking real stuff. Like, I know, like, if you watch motivational stuff online, and it's like, yeah, you can do this, wake up every morning and you set yourself to this and this and this, and you get pumped up your gas, like, yeah, man, I'm about to punch someone today. Not really, like, don't take that literally, but, like, you know what I mean? You get, like, pumped up. And then, like, as the hours go on in the day, and as it comes to the next day, you're back at the same level you was before. Well, when I was watching Gary Vee, he was talking some real stuff. Like, he was saying it in a different way that just connected to me. So he was like, nothing comes without hard work and patience. And I believe that's what he taught me, really, was hard work and patience. Because, and I've said this in one of my earlier podcast episodes, I think it was the process episode, I can't remember, it was episode 7 or 8, something like that. I said to you guys, I said that I thought I was going to make it in, like, magic, and I mean make it with, like, quotation marks, by 23, and I'm 23 right now. And I made, like, this plan, like, I was going to get a TV show by 23, and, I was going to do this and that, and I was going to, be so successful. And Gary Vee really, like, took that out of my head and was like, you know what, why you've got your whole life to do this, like, just chill and take it one step at a time. And he really taught me, like, patience, like, don't put a limit on success, because success happens at different times for different people. You've just got to keep at it, work hard, and be consistent at what you're doing. And that's been that's been probably one of the first key things that I learned from the guy. And I've watched a few motivational videos, like, before I discovered Gary Vee. And obviously, like I said, it gets you pumped up, but for some reason, I just connected with this guy more. It felt more authentic and it felt more personal, especially from his vlogs, him looking at the camera and discussing and telling these stuff, and in his podcast interviews, he was doing all this different stuff. And slowly I started to realise this guy was everywhere. He was on Facebook, he was on Instagram, he was on Snapchat at the time, like when Snapchat was popping. I was watching Snapchat videos. TikTok wasn't around then. Well, it was, but probably nobody knew it. I didn't have it back then. What other socials are there? Twitter as well. So he really did, like, punch that in me, like, and say, like, look, you've got your whole life to do this, like, just take it one step at a time. And he taught me that it's a long game. That's the key word here. It's a long game for anything that you're doing. And one other thing to help motivate me was he pushed myself to focus on strengths and not weaknesses. So back in 2017, I was gigging, but not, like, at a high level. I was only getting maybe, like, 2 or 3 a year, like, in that year, like, gigs, because I was working at the time as well, not in the shop. Maybe that's for a future episode. But yeah. And he was just teaching me, like, focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. Like, I love magic, and I was focusing on that. And other things in my life that were my weaknesses, I was kind of just leaving it where it is and focusing more on what I'm good at as well. And it didn't happen with like that. It just it happened over time, and I'm still doing it right now. So it's a forever game, really. Like, you just got to keep at it. Like, when you hear something or see something, it's not going to happen just like that magically. It's funny how, it's a magician podcast, and I'm talking about stuff isn't going to happen magically, but this is yourself. Like, you're working on yourself. You know who you are, and what you're capable of, really. So that's how he motivated me. And I just want to say, because I've got a few notes, and I've gone through my notes pretty quickly actually on this, but he really did help me be me first, and then I started to create the content after. So I was doing like magic videos, especially on Instagram and stuff like that. Like, I was still doing videos, I was still performing, especially 2018, I was performing throughout that year, and 2019 as well. But in them years, I was just performing, and I was still finding, like, I still am finding myself, like, that's a forever game, but it's like, you're trying to improve every day, and the content thing was something that I've always wanted to do, and I've discussed that in this podcast, but I didn't know, like, I didn't upload anything really. It was just maybe the odd magic video here and there, the cool photo for the gram. Didn't upload anything on Facebook. I think I uploaded one video in 2017, and then like 2015 and 16 was the ones where I put multiple videos on throughout the year. So 2020 was the year that I was like, you know what, I gotta listen to Gary Vee more, man, of what he's saying about content. Because Gary Vee wasn't just talking about content, like, you've got to upload this and this. He was talking about, like, you shouldn't care what other people think. He was making you believe in yourself first before you actually uploading the content. And I think from him just motivating me to become a better person to telling me not to worry about what other people will think, the market will decide whether you're good or not, really was a boost in that. So so I just started uploading. Like, I can't remember what was the first video I uploaded. Well, it didn't happen straight away. Like I said, I think I was trying to make a Drake kind of magic video, and it didn't turn out as great, but I uploaded it on TikTok, and I uploaded it on my Instagram story. So January 2020 and February 2020, and you can argue March 2020, I hardly uploaded anything, mainly on TikTok, I think, if I'm correct. But then from April, like, when I started this podcast, when I started vlogging, I started vlogging in February, sorry. So in February I started vlogging as well. But what I'm trying to say is all of that was help from Gary Vee. Like, I think if I hadn't discovered this guy, like, back in 2017, I don't think I'd be here, like, right now, like, at this exact moment of time telling you about this. I think it would have took me longer to believe in myself, to believe in my content, and to believe in what I believe in, and not care about what others think, because it does get to you sometimes and it's happened to me in the past, where I upload something and I get really, like, sweaty, like, is people gonna like this and stuff, when really you should just chill and just do your own thing and not worry about what other people will think. So yeah, Gary Vee's taught me to put more content out, be more me. That's one thing that's definitely changed about my content in the past year. I don't think anybody was really expecting me to put a podcast out last April. Like, I did do the cool cardistry videos, which I've done all the time in the past. But I think when I uploaded my first piece of micro content on Instagram about how I got into magic, I don't think anybody was expecting that, but I was just telling my truths. And that's what Gary Vee taught me. Always put your truths out there. I feel like I'm more personal. And he's taught like you're in control of what you put out. So I'm not putting anything out that I don't really want to put out. And I only want to share what I want to share. So, even though I'm talking about stuff on this podcast and stuff like that, there are things that I don't talk about because I'm in control of what I want to share. And I feel like the more you do share, the better you'll connect with your audience. And I'm getting there over time. Like, if you look at my first 10 podcasts, maybe they weren't as great, but I was explaining stuff. And then if you look at episode 20 to 30, I was getting more there. 30 to 40, I'm getting more there with you guys now. So it's kind of like a build-up game, really, from that. So yeah, you could taught me keep believing in myself. He did motivate me to vlog and start a podcast. I've always wanted to vlog anyway, but I think I needed that push to really do something. The podcast, I was thinking, I'm an overthinker, but not as big as I was like in the past few years. I used to overthink about everything, content, everything. Gary V's kind of like faded that away from me. And yeah, it's kind of become more of a personal brand, this Ricky2ra brand. Like, I am a magician, and I'm going to get to that, like, as things get better in the world as well. But I definitely did want to dive into stuff that I wasn't sure about, whether I like it or not. And the podcast just so happened to be a big hit for me, that I love doing. It was just, and it's evolved over time. Like, all I used to do was just like hit the Anchor app on this phone right here, just set it on my table and just talk. Like, and now I've got this, I've got lighting. It's evolving over time. You never know. Like, I might not even do it in my room anymore. I might like have a studio in the next 10 years. You don't know. Like, I have no idea. But the main thing is just to keep consistent at it, and that's what I'm doing. And I'm trying to do so yeah, that's what Gary Vee's done. But the one thing that I briefly mentioned at the start, and probably why I connect with him more than others, is that he did work in a family business with his dad. And as you guys know, I work in a family business as well, and it is mainly with my dad, but it is my parents, but mainly with my dad. And he worked in a family business with his dad as well, so I relate to him a lot more because of that with other people, and he does talk about it all the time, and he gives his advice off his past experience and how he can help you with it as well. So I feel like what he's saying helps me guide me to where I want to be, and that's what I got on my notes. So I'm just going to talk to you guys now. But yeah, that's honestly like probably the key factor that separates him from everyone else, really, because working in a family business is completely different to working in like an office job, and I've been in an office job as well. Maybe that's for a future episode, but yeah, it's not a 9 to 5. The family business, it's a whenever to whenever, really. It can go on for a while. So, but yeah, that's why I relate to Gary Vee the most. So that's why I'm here doing a podcast. That's why I'm here trying different things. Really, like, I'm trying to do as many different things as possible to see what I like, and that's what Gary Vee always says. He says dive in to taste different things as well, whether you like it or not, because you don't know if you're gonna like seafood unless you try it. Like, your favorite dish might be it, but you never know. Like, he says some stuff like that. So yeah, it's helped me a lot. Like, his Gary Vee content model that you can download at his website. And been probably the heart of me making content. Like, the content that you guys see on my socials is from that model. Like, like, it's not a secret. Like, if you guys have figured it out, you figured it out. But yeah, it's just he's probably like a big factor into why I'm here doing this podcast today, why I'm vlogging, why I'm doing like stuff in the shop more, why I'm talking about different things other than magic as well. And he has really made my mind a lot wider in choices rather than being narrow, because I've talked about this many times on the podcast that I felt like I was being too narrow with just magic, and there can be other things out there that other people like, that they can relate to you, and then maybe like, you know, book you for being a magician, but they like that specific thing about you, so it could end up like that in the future. Oh, I need my throat's so dry today. I need this coffee, man. But yeah, this has been a really cool topic to talk about, because it just is. It's like I said at the start, this is the heart of why I'm doing this, and how I'm motivated. Like, if you were to ask me at the start on episode 1 to talk about this, I don't think I'd talk about it, because I have so many things in my mind that I needed to do before this. Like, I needed to at least get comfortable talking to the camera, and then I wanted you guys to get to know me first, and that's what Gary Vee says, to tell you the truth, man. And I've told you the truth and nothing but the truth in this podcast episode. Well, in these episodes, the 50 episodes that we've done, and I can't believe it, guys. Oh man, we've done it. I can't believe it. Do you think we can go to, like, this is off topic, do you think we can go to 100? Do you think? If we go to 100 episodes, I'm going to say it here first. If we go to 100 episodes, I will do a giveaway. I've said it here now, so I better write that down. Yeah. So another 50 weeks. What is 50 weeks from now? Let me see. 50 weeks from today. Okay. Right, guys. So I've just looked on my computer. 50 weeks from today is the 9th of March, 2022. So if I put on my calendar on my phone, 9th of March, 2022, that's a Wednesday. I'm going to put podcast giveaway. I've put it there now. Podcast giveaway. I better put a reminder on that, actually. I'll set an alert one day before, but I'll remember before then anyway. Yeah, this is completely off topic. I've just done this now, just off the top of my head. I've got it on my notes, giveaway ? But you know what? If this podcast grows, if I want to do more with it, because it's up to me, like, I should probably promote it more now and stuff like that, which I'll get into throughout this year, hopefully, fingers crossed. You know, as the podcast, if it does get bigger and stuff, I probably might do giveaways, but I know definitely for the 100th one, I'll do something special. You've heard it here first, and it's going to be so fun to clip this video back in. I wonder what it's like. What is it like in 2022? I'll clip this one back in. But yeah, I wanted to share something before I leave you guys today. and it is a chunky detail, so I'll keep it as short as possible. I DM'd Dynamo, the magician. Dynamo's a hero of mine in the magic world. And I DM'd him in August. So August, September, October, November, December, January, February. So about 7 months ago, I DM'd him. I just have these random thoughts sometimes. I'm like, you know what, should I DM this person? And I knew I wasn't gonna get a reply back, but I tried anyway. I don't normally ask for stuff, but I'm gonna read you the exact DM that I sent Dynamo. I'm gonna tell you right now. Let me go up. Where are we? Because this is a cool way to sign off. Okay, so we are talking the 15th of August 2020. I put, "Hi Dynamo, I'm a big fan of yours from Leeds. You are the reason I got into magic, and I have big respect for you and the work you put in throughout your career. During this pandemic, I've been keeping busy and started a podcast talking about my past experiences of being a magician. I've currently recorded 18 episodes. Sorry, my camera cut off there. It's a long shot, but when I hit 50 podcast episodes, could I perhaps interview you? We can talk about anything you want and what you would like to promote. Many thanks and have a great day, Ricky." And obviously I know Dynamo's a busy guy. He gets probably hundreds and hundreds of DMs a day anyway. But it was worth a shot. And look, it didn't happen, but I'm not afraid to say it. Like, you never know, like on this podcast episode, I could be interviewing people and stuff like that. You never know. There's so many opportunities, right, of stuff to do. But I just wanted to put that out there. Like, I just thought it'd be cool, that's all, because I talked about Dynamo a lot in the early podcast episodes as well. And you guys know about the photo on my wall and stuff like that. So, yeah. I don't think there's anything else to talk about. I'm going to go back onto the normal schedule for episode 51 next week. I'll probably talk about stuff like Falcon and the Winter Soldier and stuff like that as well. I'll probably put in my vlog about the Snyder Cut, because I could go on for like another 20 minutes talking about the Snyder Cut, but I'll probably put that in my vlog episode because it's just too much. I wanted this podcast episode to just be about Gary V, about how he's helped me. So now I've done all that, I just want to put all the focus onto you guys right now. So yeah, you guys, I'm very grateful, like I said at the start, for listening to what I have to say. I'm looking at the data on Anchor, and I've had 526 plays. So I don't know if that's an individual or just all time. Well, it says right there on my screen, actually, it's all time. So yeah, 526 plays all time. I have an estimated audience of 3, but listen, man, it's better than 0. I'm going to tell you that right now. Yeah, and my all-time played episode is How I Got Into Magic, which was released in April 22nd, 2020. I've got Australia, Finland, Germany, France, Ireland, United Kingdom, and United States as people that listen to. So shout outs to all of you as well. I really do appreciate each and every one of you listening to what I have to say on this podcast episode. I couldn't have done it really without you guys, because even though I say, you know, I don't look at the data much, it's nice to see that people do, you know, click and stuff like that on my episodes, and hopefully you guys know more about me, and you know now why I've really done all of this content stuff as well. So yeah, I'm gonna end it there for today. Thank you guys for making it to 50 episodes with me. Make sure to like, subscribe, and rate this podcast. I'll see you guys for episode 51 next week, and let's see if we can get to 100. So yeah, I'll see you guys then. Have a great day. I nearly forgot my outro then. Have a great day or night, wherever you are.